Hi, I'm Allison Sullivan, a licensed clinical social worker, psychotherapist, and you are listening to Integration Nation, a podcast introducing you to and expanding your knowledge about effective integrative mental health concepts, practices, and approaches. Welcome, everyone, to Season 3. I am overwhelmed, appreciative, excited, challenged, and so much more about being here in this space with you, about the growth of the podcast, about the evolution of the podcast, about the possibility of the podcast and the community of listeners. It's so exciting to be in that space with all of you. And because of that, we decided it is super important, I think, to do a standalone intro episode about Season 3 because the evolution of this podcast and all of the exciting changes. When we started trying to put together an intro with an episode, we were like, wow, this is way too much, especially for a 30 or 40 minute episode. And we have so much ground to cover. This intro needs its own space to be. It needs to be free from the confines and connection to a specific episode. And so here we are recording our intro to Season 3. And oh my goodness. Okay, so let's dive in about what Season 3 is going to be about. Season 3 is all about the why. Why I do this work, why I developed the practice in this way, why I believe so passionately in integrative mental health, why I work with people in the way that I do, all of the whys. You know, we talked about who we are in Season 1, and in Season 2, we talked about how we do what we do. And so now the natural progression and evolution is the why. And we're going way deeper this season because it's the dynamic evolution of where we have grown into. And so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to utilize this theory that I have developed called internal intersectional identity, which is just a fancy way of saying, referring to our identity across time, both internally based on our experiences, traumatic and not traumatic, the different roles that we take on throughout our lives and the titles and unique characteristics of those roles, the different experiences we encounter within our families and communities and culture at large, and how we internalize those experiences and how that impacts our identity and various developmental stages that we all kind of existentially go through as human beings, and how all of that matters to a sense of self across time. And what we have found a way to do is make all of that content podcast friendly, which gets me so excited. I actually have butterflies. We are going to, by utilizing my story throughout this season as a part of many of the episodes, and the work that I have done in my own life and the work that I do with clients, we're going to use all of that specific intimate content to create a framework to help each of you use this theory, this framework, in a way that makes sense for you to increase your connection to yourself, to heal and integrate aspects of your past, to create a more present, self-aware, current, real-life lived experience, which can help you create a future that seems in alignment with your goals, dreams, and values. So, wow, we have so much ground we're going to cover together, and we are going to do some episodes that are me alone talking about a topic. We are going to do some episodes with some beloved past guests. We have some new powerhouse guests we are bringing in, and we also, surrounding those full-length episodes, have developed packets, groupings, collections, if you will, of mini episodes to help kind of augment the specific things that we're talking about in the longer episodes. And by the time we get to season 3, you are going to have a comprehensive understanding of the why and the how to utilize integrative mental health to create more well-being. In a nuts and bolts way, how we're going to do that is we're going to cover a specific topic in each episode that's a solo episode or with a guest, and we're going to illustrate that topic with a letter that I have written to that part of myself, that set of experiences, that aspect or role in my life, as a way to kind of highlight the process of integrating and understanding self across time. And we're going to help you develop kind of a toolkit for how to apply some of the other practices involved in making sense of your identity across time. And so many great tools and exciting, engaging, really relevant conversations with the guests this season. So, given all that, that's why we decided to really do this kind of standalone intro. I really am excited to welcome back seasoned listeners and to welcome our new listeners into the community. So let's do this. Welcome aboard. Let's get to it. Thanks so much for joining us today. We value you and your time and want to meet you where you are. Contact us with your comments and questions on our website, Allison'sIntegrativeHealth.org. Please consider leaving us a rating and review. It helps us to expand access to all of these important topics.